Wynford, welcome to the Tavern, mate.
Thank you.
Very quiet here at the moment.
It is, yes.
But it might fill up a bit later, we don't know. Wynford, we were chatting before we all got mic'd up and stuff.
Yeah.
You're a farmer's son, aren't you?
I am indeed, yes.
Where was that farm, Wyn? Tell me more.
Up in Llanavon.
Yes.
Up in the hills. Lived there. Gosh, when did I get married? About 25, the first 25 years of my life, I lived up in Llanavon on the farm. Typical farmer's life, I suppose.
Yeah.
And didn't actually do a great deal on the farm. I left that to my brothers.
Your family now, obviously I know, but your family are running the farm, the family farm.
Yes, I've got two brothers that were keen farmers, so I didn't feel too bad when I left the farm.
Well, that leads nicely into my next question. I know you run a successful building business around the surrounding areas. How did that come about, Wyn? What was your...
I can remember, when I was 16 years of age, I think I'd just gone 16, and walking at the farmyard with my father, and he wanted me to take over the farm, which I didn't want to do, and I didn't know quite how to tell him that I didn't want to do it, but I didn't.
Must have been quite a hard moment.
It was a very hard moment, but I didn't feel too bad because I knew I had a younger brother, Gareth, who was keen anyway, very keen farmer. So I didn't think I was letting Dad down in any way. But whether he felt obliged to offer it to me, I don't know. But there we are. That's what it is. So anyway, after that, there was an old, careers teacher in Builth High School then, Di Jenkins. I don't know if you remember him.
Yeah.
I went to see Di one day, and he said, "Well, what do you want to do?" I got John Walker at Builth Building Services. He's looking for an apprentice, a couple of apprentices. I said, "Well, yeah, that sounds all right. I might have a look at that." So that very afternoon, I went round to BBS Yard, spoke to John, offered me the job there and then. That was on the Friday, and I started work there on the Monday.
When you say trade, which trade did you...
I did a carpentry and joinery, and I started there on the Monday. And off to go, as they say. Never stopped since, John.
But it's sort of, from working for that local firm, you then branched out on your own then? Was that like a big thing for you to do?
It was a big thing at the time, yes. I mean, I think I worked for, excuse me, I think I've been working for myself now for the last 22 years, and I started, I'm 61 now. I am 61. I started with John when I was 16, so, I was with him for 20 odd years, I started on my own late in life, I suppose, but you have a go now and again, isn't it?
Would you, youngsters going into trades now with big companies, would you encourage them?
Oh, definitely, yes, definitely.
Do it, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you get yourself a trade, it doesn't matter where you go in the world. You can always fall back on that. You can make yourself a few bucks,
Yeah.
It's like, I'd say to these farm boys, young farm lads, go out, get yourself a trade for 2 or 3 years. You can always go back to the farm.
Yes.
And the way perhaps farming is, a lot of these boys have got second jobs, these young lads,
Yeah.
So I'd encourage anybody to get a trade.
You have no regrets now with it?
Oh, no, not in that. Because you get out, you get to meet people, and it's a hell of a lot of fun, a lot of banter, and
I know some of the boys as well.
Yeah, it is. It's not a bad way of life. It's hard work, but
worth it with you.
Yeah, it is. You put indeed.
But I know you're a very good sportsman. You have a big love for sport.
Yeah.
Obviously you're around now on your bike, but we'll come back to that in a minute.
Yeah.
But I remember, I think, watching one of your first rugby games on the Grow.
Yeah.
But you came into rugby late, didn't you? Quite late.
I did. I don't think I started playing rugby till I was 21, 22. Before that, I started playing football for Llanrwstyd when I was 16. Yes, and I played there for, 2 two perhaps, yeah, 2 years, and then Llanrwtyd folded, and I went to 100 House then and played down there. So the first 2 years of my youth were spent mainly Friday and Saturday nights would be in Llanrwtyd with Jock Campbell and the boys. Yeah. All great times. Absolutely, really fond memories of those. And then the same when I went to 100 House. Met some fantastic characters out there, you know. Some of the old farmers used to be in
which is reopened, and you see pictures in of the old team there.
Yes, that's right.
I expect you're in a couple of those.
Well, I should have been, but I wasn't there for the photographs.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and I think Roy Sam sneaked his way in there for a couple of photos, yeah.
Yeah, well, speaking of the context of sport and moving into different sports, was there a person, or how did you just get involved in the rugby?
Well, working on BBS, I was under the tutorage of Mr. John Jenkins.
Oh, a legend of Builth Rugby.
A legend, absolute a legend of Builth Rugby Club. And he was on and on, oh, you want to come and play rugby, never mind about that game, blah, blah, blah. So I took him up on it and rocked up there one day, and ever since then I played rugby and absolutely loved it.
What? Because I know as well, you've obviously played your first game and things went quite well for you because you did eventually get to captain the Bulls.
Oh, I did, yes. Yeah, a very proud moment for me.
I bet it was with football.
I think it was 1993, John.
Yeah, I'm thinking of the board now.
I think we won the Heineken Division 4.
Yes.
That year, so that was great. But that was the spell of when Builth were playing some good rugby, and we had quite a good side at that particular time, you know. So it was great to play in that. But I got one very fond memory of when I first started playing rugby. We were playing down in Cwm Llynfell.
Okay.
And I was in the centre with Mr. Derek Havard.
Oh, yes. No, I do know you like your stories about
Yes,
Derek.
no, I got just a quick little story of this.
Go for it.
I just hadn't long been playing or whatever, and Derek was advising me during the game, as he does, you know, wealth of knowledge. And the outside half, I think, took a penalty, and I was stood underneath the post, and it just dropped underneath the post, didn't go over the bar. I caught it, and I kicked it to touch. And Derek came up to me and he said, "Oh, you can kick as well, can you, little boy?" And I thought, who is this? Who is this man? "Oh, you can kick as well, can you, little boy?" he said. And I'll never forget that.
You must have played with Derek, I know, obviously.
Yes, I remember that game. Another one, an incident there. I think Potter got sent off in that game.
Oh, there's
Yeah, now there was a character.
Yes.
There was a great fun to be. He's good company. Yeah.
So, moving on, obviously, you captained the first.
Yeah.
Looking back at it now, as we touched on a little, it was a big honour to do that job.
It was, definitely, yes. Yeah. You probably don't think about it so much at the time.
When you see your name up on the board.
Yes, indeed.
Now.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. I think the older you get, the more you realise, you know, what went on, you know, what happened. And, and I can see that, the club has gone from strength to strength. And
well, of course, there's another Mills now.
Yes, that's right. My nephew, Ashley's the captain there, which is great, you know. And it's nice to see all the local boys playing, you know. Boys
what's lovely about it as well for me, and is that your generation are still around watching.
Oh yes, yeah. You
have your corner where you're standing by the riverbank down there.
Yeah. That's right. Yes.
We are quite a very friendly and a family club. I know that. But what led you to come here was you phoned me and you just mentioned about this. I know something you love doing as well is bike riding.
Yes. I do quite a bit of bike riding. I do enjoy my bike riding.
People see you riding your bike around Builth. You've got this big Doddie Weir Foundation. Right?
Yes.
Tell me how
how it came about. It's all a rugby thing. Talking to an old friend of ours, an ex-player from Builth, John Irion.
Yes.
John Irion. I think everybody knows John Irion. I think he played outside half of the thirds a couple of times.
I think I probably did play with him as well.
Anyway. I think John did the same sort of thing a couple of years ago where they rode from Llandilo up to Edinburgh. But this year, for the Doddie Weir Foundation, we're going to ride, and they were one man short, one rider short, and sort of just, would you like to do it? And I thought, well, go on then, I'll give it a go, you know.
So where are you actually starting from?
Well, we're going to be starting from Calais on the 4th of March. I think it's Tuesday the 4th of March, or the 5th, I'm not 100% sure now. And we've got to be in Rome for the Scottish game on the Saturday. We're having a bike parade into the match and everything, tickets, all whatever. And we've got to get there. We're planning on getting there Friday night. We'll be riding around the clock, 5 of us. There's 4 boys from Llandilo.
Okay.
And 4 boys from Builth.
Right.
I'm the only rider from Builth. I've got 3 support crew with drivers.
Yes.
And they are Ian Ryland, Yunny,
okay.
John Nipper Stafford,
All right.
and Mark Morgan, Blob.
Oh, Blob.
So they're all ex-rugby boys, and I think the Llandilo boys are all rugby boys as well. I think one of the lads there is the chairman of Llandilo. So, you know, we'll have a bit of fun as well.
You'll have some fun. How do you get it? You obviously put up the links there. There's a Just Giving page.
Yes, I've got the marker. The lad has set up a Just Giving page for the Doddie Weir Foundation for this MND. And I'll share that with you later on, John. But it's a page for like sort of anybody who'd like to make a donation, family, friends, whatever, you know. But then I'd like to go after some of the big businesses around here for some major sponsorship, because we're having shirts done and we're going to have big sponsors' logos on them and things like that. So, I mean, there's a couple of lads, Ben Edwards here in town with his groundworks business. They pledged £500, and Ryman Steel, which is Dan Parker's firm, they've pledged another £500. So they will now have their logos printed on our t-shirt, our cycling shirts, basically.
We'll make sure we put your email up on this blog when it goes out now. So people can get in touch with you.
That's right. Well, I hope to. I'll be making a little bit of a note and attaching it to an email, and I'll be sending it round some of these, you know, so businesses, so that I can hopefully get a little bit of money out of them.
Of course, there's another local connection with this, which brings it home to us locally as a community. Mr. Rob Hobbs, unfortunately, has been diagnosed with MND.
That's right.
And I know this would have a ex-Bulls player.
Absolutely, yeah.
Big supporter.
Second row there.
Yes.
Oh, Rob,
wonderful, good player.
Absolutely.
This will have special meaning for him as well.
Oh, yeah, indeed. It's quite a. It does bring it home.
It does bring it home, and it's like a local connection.
Yeah, it is. It's a terrible thing, but there we are.
Yeah, I think obviously Rob's fully aware. You're doing it, is he?
I'm not sure if he is, to be honest with you. I haven't. He will be now. Yes. Yeah. I was up with his brother the other day, Mike, up at Pantquin there, and I was telling him about it. So I would have thought Mike would have perhaps told him by now what was going on.
Well, I think it's other incentive for you. We have to do some daily vlogs.
That's right. Definitely. I will. Yeah. That's what, so that Rob can keep an eye on us. That's right.
Yeah. So how's the training going, Wynford?
Well, not as I'd like it really, Jungle, but the weather's been against me. Yes. I got dressed up last Sunday to go out for a ride. I got to the bottom of North Road, realised it was really cold, freezing cold, did a lap round town and went back home and went back to the city. But I will have to pick it up. Are you a fair weather trader? Not so much. I just like being out on the road. I can't sit in a room and just spin and just watch the telly. I can't do that. That's boring. I need to get out, and bike riding is very good for for the mind as
Yes,
well. You know,
well, it's exercise.
it's exercise, and
To talk about walking, any sort of exercise.
you can sort of work through your problems as you go in. You know.
Yeah. Well, I got one little favour before we go to ask you, Wynf.
Yeah.
And we did touch on it. I said, when you're doing it, would you send me a daily blog of how you get it on? So I can post it?
Yes, we'll do that. That would be great. Yeah.
So I'm sure, you know, obviously people would like to track you, find out where you are. Obviously, there'll be other Facebook pages going on.
That's right.
But you've got a local man.
Yeah, well, if as long as you show me what I need to do on the phone, I'm sure we can manage that.
Good to see it.
Yeah, we've got. What we're one short of at the moment is a vehicle. We've got we need 2 vehicles. We've got 1 van.
Yes.
So what we're looking for is somebody to perhaps sponsor us with a van or an RV, or just for that week, basically. Right. Obviously, we'll insure it and whatever we need to do.
So
but
there is anyone out there?
If there's anyone out there who can help us in that way, that would be great.
Please get in touch as well.
Indeed, yeah.
Well, Wynford, thank you very much, mate.
You're welcome. Thank you very much.
And,
thank you for having me.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, you'll have to come back.
Right.
And have a chat about how it went.
Yes. Well, I mean, when we've done it, we'd like to sort of perhaps one night we'll have a night in the club, in the rugby club or whatever, and we've got some shirts. We're going to these logo shirts that we get made and give them to the sponsors who've helped us out and things like that.
Well, Mr. Wynford Mills, thank you very, very much.
No, thank you, John.
Very much for this charity. Thank you.
Yes, I'm beginning to wonder what I let myself in for, but I'm sure it will be fun. It will be fun. Yes.
And a lot of good money raised for a wonderful cause.